I think Fuentes was there. So there's a guy that tweeted, but people were saying that this guy that tweeted was just a Fuentes anti-fan that was saying that actually Fuentes photobombed him and Milo got really mad about it, but I don't know how much of any of that is true.
Abby, you ever had someone fight you, like DMCA battle or anything like that you've challenged?
Of course. Destiny's best friends, Fresh and Fit, try to get rid of my channel, bro.
Are you cool with DJ Academics or you guys fight?
You know, you floated the Shapiro idea, but now I'm curious.
How do you feel about Sneeko Fuentes and getting an interview with the great man himself? The great, do you see Kanye's first tweet back on Twitter?
Was it Shalom or was it as a thing? Or was it testing to see if I'm unbanned?
That shit was crazy. I laughed so hard when I saw that. That's genius. I look up Kanye's first tweet. It's just Shalom with a period at the end. Have you guys mended the bridge since the other bridge burnt? Because you burnt that bridge to maintain another bridge, and now that bridge is burnt, and you're moving on.
Well, that's kind of that's what happens. That's what happens when you're a principled individual, I guess. Sometimes shit happens.
I mean, I think you just valued your friends, which is fine. You know, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, well, you know, I do that for friends. You know, I try to be nice to them, but you know, it doesn't always work out, I guess.
Even likes to be his friends. He doesn't like to be by him.
I didn't even Max. Okay, it's such a stupid position for him to take.
Are you excited? Apparently, you guys are gonna have a debate on No Jumper or something.
On the 28th, yeah.
Wait, Max and Destiny?
No, me and Fuentes apparently.
Oh, Fuentes.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Max just shows up? I don't know.
You know, I could imagine.
Character.
He's gonna get Steven Crowdered.
Jesus Christ.
No, I don't think they would do that. If they did that, that'd be pretty. It would make for great content, but it would be super fun.
If they did that, honest to God, I'd give them props for it. That'd be hilarious.
No,
I'd give them props for it. I'd say, you know what, you got me. That was a good one.
But yeah, low key. If Mr. Go wanted to do the best piece of performance art, he just like you're having your discussion with Nick Fuentes, and then he barges into the room. You're like, oh, what the Max? And he doesn't say anything. And he sits down, he opens his bag, and he pulls out some chicken and waffles and just starts eating it quietly while you guys talk. That, and then he gets Shailene to come in, and then she lays on the floor like a lifeless sex doll, right?
True. Just like he likes.
Okay,
hold on. Have the No Jumper people reached out to you at all?
For what?
For anything?
I mean, I've done interviews with them.
Oh, there's a guy that works with them that keeps bugging me saying that you didn't respond for like some debate or something with Sneeko or some shit. I don't know if that's true or not.
Huh?
Okay, well, I tried. There you go. All right, Guilty. I mentioned it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, what's his problem then?
I literally just did an interview with what's his face? I did an interview with what's his name? The white guy, the tall one.
Oh, is that what we are to you?
Yeah, Adam. I did an interview with him like 2 weeks ago. What was he talking about?
Oh, well, damn.
Okay, that was
Tell him Adam was supposed to hit him up. Well, there you go.
All right, that doesn't matter. I don't care. But all this to say, back to my fantasy.
Yeah.
And then after Shailene lies there like a lifeless sex doll. Lav walks into the room.
Of course.
And she whispers in your ear. She pulls out like a little picture of a young woman. She see this girl? Hassan f***ed her when she was underage, and then she hides the picture.
Base.
I think that's how it should go.
We're trying to steer away from the drama, Abba.
Are we?
Are we?
I thought that was the content ban, or are we going to start bringing up other old memes too?
I think that only applies to the normies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's extremely privileged.
Subscribers can really circumvent all these rules.
Sneeko and Fuentes with Ye on Sunday. I think Fuentes was there. So there's a guy that tweeted, but people were saying that this guy that tweeted was just a Fuentes anti-fan that was saying that actually Fuentes photobombed him and Milo got really mad about it, but I don't know how much of any of that is true, so who the f*** knows?
That picture is really blurry. Is there a clear one of Fuentes? Do we know for sure that was Fuentes?
Well, so if I'm to believe the hater Twitter account, apparently he wasn't supposed to be involved in that at all. So maybe he really did just have to like sneak by in the background and get in a picture with him. I don't know if that's true or not.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
2 questions. What do you think about the fact that Kanye's doing the rounds for all the like dark triad people, whatever the fuck they were, the dark intellectual dark web?
IDW, like, intellectual dark web, yeah.
Yeah, how do you feel about the fact that he's like, what do you think about that? The fact that everyone's attaching themselves. Is it just for them to gain
attaching themselves to who?
to Kanye, and Kanye attaching himself to them.
Wait, is that happening? Who else is he attached to on the intellectual dark web?
I don't know if it's but those right wing folks that he's been like. So first it was
Oh,
Candace.
okay. Right wing folks different. Yeah. So IDW were this group of like centrists that like weren't quite conservative, but they were ultra critical of Democrats, and they all ended up being conservative. So a little bit different. But the yeah, what do I think about it? I mean, Republicans just see an opportunity to grow their platform, of course, right? And there's a lot of people that are not relevant anymore that are desperately clinging on to relevance. Yeah. Like Milo is a good example of that.
I forgot that dude even existed.
Yeah, so did the entire rest of the world.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's a question for you YouTube people. When you guys are bringing people on your stream and using their whatever, do you ever get them to sign stuff, or you just use it and hope that they don't try to fight you on anything?
That.
Are you asking me or Destiny?
Well, both of you in general. I'm just curious how you guys take that content approach.
Go ahead, Destiny.
That, what you just said, you just hope they don't make a stink out of anything.
Abby, you ever had someone fight you, like DMCA battle or anything like that you've challenged?
Of course, Destiny's best friends, Fresh and Fit, try to get rid of my channel, bro. They try to deplatform. Yeah. I mean, they tried. It was pretty funny. It turned out to one of my favorite videos ever.
You just challenge it and you never heard a word after that?
Nah, listen, I made a big stink at it at YouTube, and then YouTube came down and said, basically, if you don't retract these things, we might delete your channel. And then they retracted everything. they were pretty fraudulent the way they set it up. That shit was actually funny. That email, because the French people were like, oh, we hired a lawyer. We hired this lawyer. And you wanted to play? Okay. Right? They got all big chested.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out they hired some shitty paralegal who couldn't write up like legal docs. And so YouTube sent me the whole fucking back and forth. They basically CC'd me on it, and I got to see how poorly written like this paralegal's replies were. And then YouTube was just like, "Man, if you don't retract this shit, we're gonna delete your channel." And they retracted everything.
Oh shit! Incoming. Be careful.
What'd you say?
Incoming. Be careful. Be on your best behavior. She's coming.
Who?
Who?
Your best friend.
And Alicia? Why?
No.
Because you were talking mad shit about her earlier.
No, because
I've
I've exhausted all of my charitability for people, and she was doing me earlier, and I was like, "Listen, you're horrible at having conversations. You need to get better." So, because I'm tired of being nice to people, so she might be upset about it.
Bruh, I thought it was funny at first, but this girl's just annoying.
Damn.
But I mean, you come on, like, I really do. So.
Damn.
You know? Yeah, but do you know of any good podcasts?
Nah.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't watch any podcasts or listen to them. But apparently a lot of people do. Like, those guys make a lot of money. I don't think I've ever met anyone that listens to Joe Rogan except for liking. But apparently, like, 1 billion people or some shit listen to that guy. It's crazy.
Oh, Dan, I actually want to ask you this question. I brought this up to Steven, but he just disagreed with me before.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering, like, why do you think, like, all the leftists in these spaces are so fucking uncharismatic? Or, like, also flat, monotone speaking?
Uncharismatic. I'm trying to think if there's any examples. When you say leftist, you have to, I think, not trying to weasel this out here, how left are you talking about?
I'd say, like, pretty left. Like, I feel like most of them kind of have, like, this kind of, like, meek vibe, kind of just very, yeah.
Okay, guys, we're gonna artillery.
What's that?
I'm gonna get artillery. Okay, I'm gonna try using some of it from base. I know you care. Go ahead.
I guess, like, when you say lefty, do you mean like insane tanky? Or do you mean just like a Bernie voter? Or
so, remember, people were like really being upset by like the growth of Nick Fuentes and whatnot. But I feel like a lot of the growth, a lot of the right wing political commentators is just that they're pretty charismatic. Even if there may be complete abhorrent in a lot of the views that they hold, they just seem to still be rhetorically like effective in terms of being likable. And so I was just wondering if you feel like the left has like the same capability to do so. If not, why?
Probably. I would say almost inherently not. And it's actually going to be much more difficult because it's easy and funny in low effort and low IQ and just simple and sit back to like laugh at like haha person dumb, and like takes effort and thought to like go through there and try to be like, oh, this is why they're dumb. It's systemically X, Y, or Z. So that's like it's more difficult, I think, to do that. So yeah, it's just easier. Like that's like most of the right's stuff, right? It's just you look at this and it's like, you know, why so many X people do Y. It's like, oh, they're stupid. And like that, the fucking story writes itself, right? Mm-hmm. And then And lefties can't do that. It always is like an explanation as to, well, no, you're not actually seeing the full case. Well, actually, in the 1930s, these people were, put into schools, and they didn't. It's like, okay, I don't care, bro. I like mine better, and that's kind of, I think, isn't that all of like, right versus left type of stuff a little bit?
No, that makes.
If I trim this planet, it's going to get rid of all these spawn biters. I do not believe you guys. No shot.
Fact that liberals and lefties tend to be, like, there are more of them in the United States. So, like, you look, and the last time Republicans won a popular vote for president, it was 2004 under W. Bush, and then before that, it was Reagan. So, I mean, like, even though every polling data available to anybody says that there are more Democrats or Democratic-aligned people in the U.S., it seems like conservatives get way more engagement. Tucker Carlson's the biggest talk show, like, news person in the country, and that's just on legacy media. You got people like Ben Shapiro and Matt Walsh and everybody else, and I don't think there's any leftist, like, I don't know what the sub count is, but are Pacman and Brian Tyler Cohen up there with Shapiro?
No, not even close.
Yeah.
Pacman does really well on YouTube, to be fair, but he puts out a lot of content. Fix
I
Ruminate.
mean,
Ruminate, you need to
alright,
boost your
but in
microphone by
terms
like
of
100%,
purview,
okay?
Or even like presence in the political sphere, I feel like he doesn't come close to Shapiro.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
But on YouTube, he does
Well,
really
no,
well.
definitely not in terms of, like, dominating, like, the culture. Shapiro, love him or hate him, is going to be...
Wait, real quick. Ruminate. You need to boost your microphone by like 100%.
I need to boost it.
Why is everybody's mic so fucked today? Well, I turned down Discord because everybody's too loud, but like Discord is just always going to be fucked because all these fucking morons are adjusting every other person's fucking volume, and then they're never used to adjusting themselves, so fuck them all, okay? I'm not changing your guys' volume anymore. Fuck you.
What about now? I'm basically deep-throating the fucking mic, so what about now?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
On
never
this
mind.
stream, we're accepting.
I'm just going to change everybody's volume. Fuck it, that's what we have to do. God, it's so fucking annoying. Okay, talking on Ruminate, you're probably fine.
What about now?
Yeah, you're fine. I just have to turn every other person down. Nope,
Steve, do you want to
there's Dan.
tell people the ideas that you had for your podcast? We haven't done that yet, have we? That have all been kind of vetoed by various people, but... Oh, wait, is the one thing actually happening? Remember you said that you were going to be able to
DSP?
possibly... Yeah.
I was going to talk to him, but he hasn't emailed me back, so now I feel like he's not going to, so now I want to give my idea.
Okay, yeah, do it as the first guest. This one was one we could do, but we thought it would be too niche, is the only problem, right? If you're trying to get a lot of viewers. But go
Okay,
ahead.
so as much as I hate like the surrealist type humor or whatever shit, I guess that's kind of what I was thinking about. So this is what I thought for DSP. That would have been so fucking funny. Is we bring on DSP, and I don't know if we would go full meme during the interview. It'd be like 50%
Well, this is
meme.
you have to set this up for people. To keep in mind, this is an in-person studio that me and
Yeah.
Steven have, and DSP would have flown in for this.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Steve.
So I think that like some of the questions would be kind of memey, some of them would be kind of serious, but like we would have it would be an in-person. He's in the middle of us, and we're kind of like chatting it up, okay? But the thing is for the questions, okay, we would not actually read any of the questions, okay? What we would do is DSP is a well-known gacha game player, okay? What we would do is we would go on Cameo and we would pay money to every like WWF gacha character he's gotten to pay them $20 to read every single one of the interview questions.
And it would be like this. It'd be like, "Yo, what's up, DSP? It's me,
Diamond
Undertaker,
Dallas
and I'm here to
Page."
ask you today what happened to the apartment in Connecticut."
It would be such a good fucking meme.
And you'd have their face like put on. You'd have the Undertaker
do
like
the-
actually his video.
You'd have like a TV
right
there, so
on
the Cameo,
his
the guys
screen
like playing.
in front of
Yeah.
DSP.
That would just be very funny. Fuck me, dude. It would be so good. But
So we had a bunch of ideas. Basically, the idea is all of this is like kind of wide open as to like what happens and how we do it. But like the hard part is finding something that can keep we can do that 1 week, but how the are you going to do that for the second week and then the third week and the fourth week? Like I think finding guests that people give a shit about, and then also like if we're doing fucking hardcore like Between Two Ferns or it's not Tim and Eric. What's the other Eric Andre shit? Like I feel like we're not going to get guests after like the first few, except for people who are in on it, and then it doesn't work really,
Oh my god.
That's
So
the
Abba
problem.
just DM'd me and he said he had no idea who the hell DSP is. Now, obviously,
Nice. Good one, Ruminate. Your
know,
shit just cut out.
yeah.
Nice. Oh, look, there's one biter right there.
I really don't know who DSP is, but carry on.
It's a guy called Dark Side Phil.
Oh
my God, I did
I'm pretty
delete
sure it's
them.
one of those guys who used to stream a long time ago. It's fine. Just keep going.
Oh no, he's a YouTuber. He's in your world, man.
Oh my god. It actually is.
You owe a lot of your success to this guy. He's one of the pioneers of streaming and doing YouTube content. So he's a big deal.
Low key, I thought you were going to say you owe your success to this guy. He's black. I was going to tell that.
he's a gamer. Like,
Well, I don't know what we would call him, but anyways. So yeah, chat. Feel free to email Steven what you think is a good podcast format to do, because I told him to think about this, and I got the same
Oh my
answer
god,
that
there
all
it
of
is.
you
We just
guys
need to
get.
shoot some episodes. Let's go. Let's just go into the studio
No,
and chat.
that is not how it's going to be shit. There needs to be. I understand like that we can bullshit and like freeform often,
yeah,
and that's
we
fine.
Could, absolutely.
But like, I know that, but like I think there needs to be a little bit more structure, or at least shit we're going to talk about. Otherwise, we're going to go in there and be like, "So Dan, what's up?" And we're going to talk for 45 minutes about how someone fucked me over on my shower, right? And how it's leaking through the floor again. Like, and that's not going to be a good episode. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Okay.
Well, I don't know, guys. Sorry, I tried.
That's all the effort. Again, this is what I'm saying.
I
This is all
tried.
the
Dan
effort
shut
that
us
you can
down.
fucking get out
We
of
had
it.
it. We were going
I will say podcasts that are very reliant on guests were probably very difficult because you constantly
Nah,
have to
you can't.
So
Yeah.
I recommend you guys balancing it between just you two and bringing guests from time to time. So that's just
No, I 100% agree with you. Like, relying on guests is a disaster because we're not going to be able to do it. But also, more importantly, like, but even if you don't do guests, you have to have something that you're going to do. I get, because it's not like a 10-minute thing. It's like an hour, I'm guessing. So it needs to be some sort of like first 15 minutes doing X, next 30 minutes doing Y. It's not like you have to be held to that format, but at least something you're trying to do.
Someone said something funny. He said, "If Ethan Klein could do it, how hard can it be?"
True.
For all the faults Ethan Klein has, it's actually quite difficult to make a successful podcast. And so if he's managed to do it, like, still kudos to him, even if he is a complete fucking loser.
Yeah, for my Econ 101
He does run a
students
good
here.
setup from what I've seen. There seem to be quite a full staff. They have a good equipment set up. They seem to run on a consistent basis. They seem to be very consistent in regards to like the reach to the community. Like, one can see that Ethan's an idiot and still see all the good things he does with the podcast.
Yeah, Ethan Klein is what we call the first mover advantage, guys. Okay.
Yeah. Podcasting is like, I don't know. For me, I can't do it, but I think for people who are going to be successful at it, they have to definitely think of a lot of the back end. Is that something that you actually really want to do? Like, both of you want to do? Is there some
I need
kind
to
of,
be
like,
moving into doing more
'cause
live
I've noticed
content,
you do
yes.
this with the Change My Mind stuff, and I think it's great. I'm
Yeah.
glad you're branching out to stuff like that. Is there more stuff like that you'd like to do?
Yeah, the live content is just really good. I need to be doing
Yeah.
more of it.
Good. Glad you guys are doing that.
I was doing this dating show up in Montreal, and the dude fucking pulled the plug on it. I don't know.
Yeah,
why.
man. I'm actually okay. Well, I'm
just
not
fine
going to
with
say anything because I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, you're good.
Well, I'll DM you about it. But I'm doing a lot on the back end. I've pretty much taken all my earnings from YouTube and reinvesting it into more content. So,
Jesus, be careful.
even though Dan said put into real estate, I decided to not listen to him.
Damn.
Not even a little bit.
No, not even a little bit.
Abba with his fucking millions over here, not trying. You know, I know the reason why. You know who happens to own a lot of real estate? Abba doesn't want to give him any money. Not good, Abba.
That's bags. All the developers in my area. I think for me, I want to be able to put into stuff I understand and I tangibly like really really get. And so it's just easy for me, and I feel like I can multiply that money a lot easier if I invest in something I'm super proficient at. So whilst your advice was good, I don't know. For me, doing the live stuff like Steven's doing with the Change My Mind and doing all this other stuff, I think just makes way more sense to me. So yeah.
Base.
No, yeah. I mean, stick with what you know for sure. It's always can't f it up. Well, at least if you can, you blame it on you know who fucked it up at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Destiny, do you plan on doing anything outside of Texas? It seems like every event in the
Like
past 6 months is.
Well, that's because everybody just goes there. But I'm doing the canvassing in Georgia. That'll be fun. Oof.
That's
I
true.
gotta, dude. My fan base is so expanded. Where I think I might have to cut it off. Like, I didn't even put a YouTube video out to advertise for it. And I think we got, I want to say 260 people that signed up.
Holy shit.
Which is
There's no way you're going to fit all that in one hotel.
Well, no, we have to do 2. But also, there's like Since I'm paying for hotels, I want to reasonably cap it. Like, I don't want to be spending like $70,000 on fucking hotels for people.
Hey, did you know that that two things, that Georgia Republicans are suing to prevent Saturday voting for this runoff, and the Saturday after Thanksgiving, they are trying to, or it is by state law, the Saturday after Thanksgiving, you can't early vote because it's the day after Robert E. Lee's birthday.
Jesus.
What a great reason to prevent Saturday voting.
Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Sorry, Ruminate. I not to cut you off, but are you guys talking about you're talking about the format of your show?
Well, right now he was talking about changes that Republicans are making to laws in Georgia to make it harder to vote in the runoff election.
Which is actually what their show is going to be about. So yes, it's a beautiful segue. I
like that. Okay. Would you say that the success of a podcast, like an interactive, face-to-face, like a real, like a show, maybe, would you say that the success of that is predicated on who guest stars on the show?
Depends on the type of show that you're doing. I think that there's largely two different types of content that you could do. One is a focus on yourself, and the other is a focus on what you're doing or who you're interacting with. So for me, my content is a focus on me. So anytime I'm interacting with people, people generally want to see like my interactions. It's usually what people watch me for. Other people do shows where their focus is kind of on the guest, or maybe their interaction with the guest, so or what they're doing. So it's going to be more focused on like the other people in the show. It just depends on what you're doing.
Okay. So
there's not a right or wrong answer. It's just different people do different things, right?
So I just want to make sure you don't have to have like the most, I guess, viral or sort of like, you don't have to have people like that necessarily on your show in order for it to be. Depends on the type
of show you do, on whether you are the reason people are watching or the people who show up are the reason people are watching.
What if it's both? Like, what if you're in like is there an option? Is there a C?
Yeah, I mean,
option?
It can be. You can have a little bit of both. Like Joe Rogan is probably a decent mix-ish, kind of, where people watch for a little bit of both. But I don't know if people would watch a solo Joe Rogan episode.
Right, yeah. So
but people would watch a solo Destiny episode because that's the kind of fan base that I have. But there was another kid called Dylan Burns who he hosted a lot of content that was kind of like huge panel shows with a lot of people that would show up and fight with each other. And he's trying to do solo content now, and it's a lot harder because people traditionally didn't tune in to watch him. They watched the people on his show. So now he's trying to like get his audience to be a little bit different, right?
Yeah, I think, I think that there's always going to be like an ebb and flow or an evolution of a podcast, a show, or a format. I think that's just like kind of an organic process. But I just mean,
I'd be careful calling it organic. Like a lot of these things are going to have to be like intentional decisions that people make to grow there. It's not just going to be like randomly, like it happens organically. Like there's a lot of difficult decisions that are probably going on behind the scenes.
Well, when I say organic, I just mean it's like, sorry?
Have you ever heard of Conan Needs a Friend, the Conan O'Brien podcast? I think that's more like the C tier that you're talking about, where it's about the dynamic that Conan O'Brien has, former late night talk show host, very charismatic, very memeable, but it's about the relationship that he has with a particular guest. So he always has like celebrities on, and it's like the banter between them and the kind of spiraling, fractaling conversations that they have that kind of defines the show. But even before guests show up, he has like other people in the studio with him as like producers and his assistant, and they're all three co-hosts. So even when there is no guest, he has people to play off of. And it sounds like Dan and Destiny would be doing that, where it'd be the two of them. So even if they don't have a guest, obviously they have great chemistry. There's a lot of banter that goes back and forth. They give each other shit. So I feel like they would do just fine. They would not be overly reliant on a guest.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's sort of what I'm talking about. And I think obviously it depends on an individual's how captivating and interesting they are, and I think that a lot of that that's kind of where that banter and that like being able to play off of each other is going to matter. So
yep,
I like that format. What's the name of that show?
Conan Needs a Friend. It's Conan O'Brien.
I feel like I've heard it. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. I like C.
Them.
I like C. I love anything to do with the human condition. Anything to do with like people like connecting, conversing, building, anything like that. I really like that. That's what I like. But that's already a lane, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. Perfect. Thank you.
So in Georgia, they changed. They want to get rid of Saturday voting. Wait, when can people even vote? Right now, when are the elections?
I'm pretty sure I don't know the exact hours for it. I know that most states or many states allow Saturday voting.
No. What is the date? Because we're going to be down there like the 3rd, 4th, 5th or whatever. Is it the next week?
The runoff is the 6th, and that's
Jesus.
Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I just think it's funny that they're trying to prevent the Saturday voting, and then the one Saturday that they can't vote, that nobody can vote, is because it's the day after a Confederate general's birthday. That's hilarious. But we'll see how the case turns out. The server looks great. I mean, like, there's a lot of engagement on it. I'm really excited. And I think there's some other groups that are associated with it as well.
The server? Wait, what are you talking about right now?
You know he set up a server for that, right?
For what are you talking? I don't know what you're talking about.
Sejin. You know Sejin set up a server.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Discord server. Okay, that was really...
Yeah, what the hell did you... Oh, you thought like I was like a...
Factorial Minecraft server? Yeah, I had no idea what you're talking about. Yeah.
No, sorry.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I understand what you're
Discord server.
Yeah.
You know who we really need to make this be successful? We
What?
got to bring him back, Steve.
Vosh.
No.
Oh, well.
You know who I'm talking about, Steve.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Doug of 8K. He's got to come back and bring the magic for a second time.
I'm going to be honest. I actually thought about bringing it back as a meme. It'd be pretty funny.
It would be. It would be funny as shit.
Oh, no. These all hit. Oh, no. It would be funny.
The perfect situation. Here we are again in Georgia, canvassing again. Yeah.
Oh, Dan,
that's
are
all
you
it
going to be
takes.
there?
No.
You know.
I feel like Dan could. I feel like Dan could optimize turnout. I feel like he's got a way about him.
I could optimize turnout a lot. A
There
lot.
you go.
You know, we had a lot of DGGers that came out for the meetup without Steve, so I think could add a few.
There was like a meet and greet for Destiny, and Destiny wasn't there. You were the
Yeah,
surprise
basically.
guest. Nice.
Well, it wasn't a surprise, but I was there. How you didn't? I did vote. I don't know why you guys are saying I 100% voted this year already. So you guys are spreading fake news.
Wow.
Fake news.
And I voted to keep my property tax from not going up. Feels good. Not in my backyard. Get that shit out of here.
Nice.
Okay. Podcast guests or thoughts. I don't know, man. It's just I feel like an hour with nothing specific going on. It's just
Hold on. We've got a
50.
11-second Alinity clip. Hold on.
Information.
Okay.
But anyway, I've only had like one sexual partner in the last year, so I don't think I have to worry about that because I'm fairly certain that they're not sleeping with anyone else because it's my dog. Information. But anyway.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Do 15 minutes of pre-show banter. You have a guest, and then like the remaining time, you guys do like your equivalent of carpool karaoke or like house hunters, right? Because you're into real estate. Maybe both. Like you alternate every other week. Plenty of fodder there.
You know, I saw that Sam Hyde does this thing where he's sitting down with someone. I don't know who the fuck it is.
Mm-hmm.
And they look at real estate. They just and they
Go
shit
on
talk
Redfin.
it. No, literally, I think that's what they do. And at least I think this is. I saw them, and they just look at a house, and then they just, yeah. And I watched the episode. It was really funny. Yeah, that could be something pretty good.
That would be
type of
hilarious.
thing.
You two with a realtor at like various properties throughout the week.
I don't. That's when it gets too much. I think.
I'm just trying to imagine a real estate agent like being all professional and then hearing you two talk to one another the way you do. That
You know-
Do you know it would be a crazy show, Dan?
Here it goes. This is how every other. By the way, chat. This is how every other idea.
These ideas are
you
so
only
good.
heard one. This is how they all
Imagine if
came
we
up.
go on Zillow and we find a good house and you and I show up and we're just like talking in front of the realtor or whatever and we're like, yeah, we could probably fit like 7 kids down here in the basement. Like conversations like
Oh, Oh yeah. So how many Taliban fighters do you think we can get here in the basement?
We could
exactly?
ask like.
Oh, do you
how-
think they muffles the gunshots down
Like
here really
how,
well?
No, it'd be like, how hard is it, do you think, to kick this door open from the inside? Like, how secure would you say this lock is? You could be like
You'd get the
lightly
cops called on
kicking
us,
it while
bro.
I'm talking to the realtor or whatever, and he's just like looking at us.
You asked Dan to go down into the basement and perform a scream test. Like, Dan, I'm gonna shut the door.
Oh
Yeah, we can do that.
I'm on the phone. Okay, scream now. Ah! Okay, nice. Okay, that's good. Yep, the bedrooms are good. Walls are nice and thick. Oh my god.
But you'd have to have 2 cameras, one on you and then one recording the reaction of the realtor the entire time, just that stays on him.
Oh man, you could do so much other shit to control the realtor as well. Oh man, yeah, be interesting. But this is that voice that Steve just did there. Every other idea, and there was some.
They're
ones
just
that
good
can't be
ideas,
repeated.
man. Someone needs to do them. I put them out there so that someone else will do them, okay?
The other thing I'm thinking about is that we need. So the setup that you have, who is there to like operate cameras and like?
I got a
fucking
guy
eat-
called Jeff. He does all my camera shit for me now.
Yeah, is he here, local?
No, but he'll travel. He's my slave.
For
Well,
every
except I
show,
pay
he's
him.
gonna travel. That seems.
Oh no, to run a studio, no. For that, I had like a whole thing set up with those guys that I've already said are okay and ready to go and everything. But for some reason, you don't want to do that.
Jeff records his homemade pornography. That's
What the
his lane.
Why?
So yeah, but I'm talking about shit. I'm talking about. I understand that they're having like the studio and they're gonna do it, but like, what about for like switching between cameras and it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's
like,
what
let's
you
pull
do
up
when
that
you
house
it's
real
not a
quick.
guy
Like,
who's just
are
gonna
they gonna
push.
be there like pulling up the house?
It's not
like,
a guy who's just
and,
gonna
like-
push live on OBS. It would be a guy managing the show, like the camera while we're doing the show, of course.
Okay.
Dan, if you guys follow through with this podcast idea, how many episodes would you let Destiny play Factorio?
Well, he wouldn't be playing Factorio in any that I'm on. I mean, oh man, I just thought of one of the fucking meanest things he was going to do as well. Can't even think about saying that one.
What? No, that's right.
Oh my god.
That could be how the very first episode begins. As Destiny goes to play Factorio, Dan comes in and throws the fucking computer out the window.
Well, we had
Takes you
another.
into the podcast studio. It's time, Destiny. It's time, Steven.
Is there, one thing I'm starting to realize, there's a lot of creators down here in Miami, but you're not friends with them, right? Isn't Aiden Ross here?
Yeah, but we're not. That's never gonna be a bridge.
That's never going to be a bridge? How come?
Just the type of content, the style of content he does is just way, way, way off of anything I would ever do.
Who else that are streamers are in Miami?
I think Ben Shapiro lives down here.
No, he's in
Does he?
Nashville.
What?
He's in Nashville.
Wait, really? Why did I think he had a studio in Miami? Am I crazy?
He had one in California, but I'm 99.9% sure that the Daily Wire is in Nashville.
Oh.
As soon as you hit Nashville city limits, you're hit with this overwhelming wave of bigotry and stupidity.
Nice based. Oh my
So-
god.
He moved. I think he moved the same year you did, if I'm not mistaken. Like you were both hauling ass.
DJ Academics. Listen, you know what? He seems like an okay. Wait, where are you at with DJ Academics? Abba.
Oh yeah, what happened?
Are you cool with DJ Academics or do you guys fight?
I just don't like him, but I don't really care.
Okay.
Why?
I was curious. I don't know. You guys are like, you guys fight with people and stuff. Or I'm not saying like you in particular. I'm just saying like there are always like feuds with online content creators. I don't know who's fighting. Like you and Fresh and Fed are not on good terms, right?
Well, that's old news.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm just checking. Damn.
All right, I fact checked myself. He did relocate Daily Wire to Nashville, but he did personally relocate it to South Florida.
Oh, there you go. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So we feel like we made a lot of progress here.
I realized something today, and then I felt really cool because I Googled it, and it's a big thing I didn't know. So, Action Bronson, it clicked in my mind. He sounds exactly like Ghostface Killah. Like, they're exactly the same.
Uh-huh.
And then I Google it, and it's like huge beef between these two guys. Because apparently someone asked Action Bronson that, and then he was like, fuck that guy or something, and then fucking Ghostface did not like that at all. So, yeah.
Wow.
Destiny, do you even know who Ghostface is?
Destiny?
There's at
He's
least,
Googling.
Well, yeah, there's a song of his I had on my playlist a long time ago. I don't remember what it was, but
I don't think he knows.
I mean, he's
That's all right.
he's a rapper,
It's okay.
right?
It's okay.
I know that much.
I wouldn't expect you to know.
That's good. All right. I'm surprised you do, but you probably have more black friends than me that would tell you famous rappers, so that's good.
Yeah, as your white presenting
Yeah.
black friend, I definitely know.
That's cool. Okay. I'm
What
glad.
do you say? The black guy you could bring home to mom or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's good.
Uh,
Get Destiny's multiple rocket packs? What the fuck are you talking about? Aiden Ross isn't in Miami anymore. Oh, well, there you go.
There you go. Have you ever, you know how in LA you did that impromptu meetup once to see how many people showed up?
I think so, yeah.
That was in LA, right? At the Starbucks?
I think it was in Huntington Beach, but maybe. It might have been in LA too. Yeah, but what about it?
You want to try doing one of those in Miami and see how many people show up?
Maybe. Scott, thanks for the $100. Buy the Radical and Illiberal some decent pizza this time. Nice. When? Why? Do you want to?
Well, yeah, I think we should try it just to see how many people show up. Like, let's get a gauge of your influence level today. We know what it used to be. Granted, that was in a more populated area where people could come from all directions. Try it again, okay? Obviously, we're not announcing anything now because then people can, like, plan. It's got to be like, hey, tomorrow, or even later today or something. I don't know. It'd be interesting for you to see, I guess. Or not. It's up to you.
Okay, maybe we can try.
Or, yeah. Has the Steven death meter risk gone up, you think, in the last year? And if so, by how much? And I say, like, the odds that you're going to
Probably
get,
increased
like,
quite a bit, but I mean, like, that's always going to be the case as you get more popular, right?
well, what do you
I
think
don't
the
follow
odds
your
are?
drama, but I feel like in the last 6 weeks, from the tweets I'm seeing, it's gone up considerably.
Yeah, maybe.
What do you think the odds are for you?
I have no, I don't even know how to begin to truly.
Okay, I guess I can do the increase. So let's say that 2 years ago, the chances that you were going to get murdered by a fan were 1 out of 200. What do you think those odds would be today?
If it was 1 out of 200,
2 years ago.
no, it's
what do you
probably like
think it would
1
be?
out of 50.
Really? So 4x increase. No shit. And by the way, who's this evil fossil guy exactly?
He's somebody who probably is suffering from severe mental illness, who donates a lot to my stream.
Oh.
But hey, what are you gonna do?
Well, I mean...
You know, you floated the Shapiro idea, but now I'm curious. Is that really outside the realm of possibility? If he's that close to you, he's interacted with people you've interacted with.
Does he ever bring on like adversarial guests onto his show? I'm not sure if he does or not.
Well, I remember... I mean, he had Ezra Klein from Vox News and the New York Times.
Yeah, but
on
that was
his,
like a
Sunday special.
fairly big-ish mainstream media person, right?
Yes.
I don't think I'm quite Ezra Klein. I'm big on YouTube, but in the real traditional media world, I'm still pretty non-existent, I think.
I just figured because the Venn diagrams, like there's some overlap there. Like he's done Tim Pool, you've done Tim Pool. Pac-Man has interacted with Michael Knowles, and you've interacted with Pac-Man.
Wait, has Ben Shapiro been on Tim Pool's show?
Tim Pool's been on Ben's show, the
Really?
Sunday special interview thing.
Oh, I didn't know that. Jeez.
Yeah. But also that Lex Friedman guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He interviewed Shapiro the week before you did, and I feel like that's a connection you could leverage.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Maybe.
Have you ever like made overtures, or is that even anything you can talk about?
I mean, Lex said he really wanted it to happen, and he brought it up, but I don't know. I'm guessing Ben probably didn't go for it if he didn't message me about it. So.
Gotcha.
You see what I just messaged you, Steve?
Hold on. Yeah, that looks like the guy. What about him?
Tim Pool, I'm pretty sure was, at least in the YouTube and online content creator space, was probably the highest paid political person.
That wouldn't be surprising. I think he has like the largest podcast in politics. I think, right?
Yeah,
The Tim Pool show is probably maybe bigger than Ben Shapiro's show. He's pretty big.
bigger than Ben Shapiro's, and he even got bigger than Crowder's during the last year.
Mm-hmm.
The numbers that dude was pulling were crazy on that Tim Kessler.
Yeah.
I mean, he was having 60 to 70 concurrent viewers, which is like, if you think about it, even like the largest Twitch streamers hit like what 100K at like hyper peaks, right?
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah, and for podcasts, it's like that's pretty huge too. Like that's an insane live viewership, right? Yeah.
It's kind of crazy to think about, but yeah. And I would tune in every once in a while just to see like how the whole thing functions. Yeah, people would donate out the wazoo to be so, like his fan base is crazy and unhinged. If you think like Sneako's fan base is wild, like Tim's audience gets really wild. Those guys, like there's like balanced people obviously in the middle there, but it was quite impressive to see how he runs the whole thing. How was your experience on there?
Yeah, that went fine. We just chatted. Nothing crazy. Seems like they run it pretty professionally. Yeah. They've got like a whole fucking huge ass house in the middle of nowhere. It probably is like a fucking massive mansion that costs like not $100,000, but they're out like in the literal middle of nowhere. So it's interesting. Trim just resets your map knowledge. If the map is already cleared, then it will stay clear. But if there are biters left, they'll all respawn when you re-explore it. Wait, really? Oh, dude, clearing planets is actually so fucking obnoxious. What was that? Whose phone?
Training dummy to dummy.
Yeah, I'm going through the list of people that he's had on the Sunday special, and like, there's more overlap than I expected. Like, didn't you have it was you or Vosh or somebody had conversations with that libertarian Yaron Brook?
I think I was going to, and then I missed that show, but I think Vosh might have.
Gotcha.
Tim Pool and Fresh and Fit are the super chat leaders. Interesting.
How do people even quantify that? I feel like people just say that.
No. There are websites that show it.
There's places that actually show how much people make from what with super chats?
From super chats, yeah.
What, like Social Blade?
Yep, yeah, it's playboard.co. This is over the lifetime of the channel. Tim Pool's channel has made $1.6 million in super chats. Fresh and Fit, $1.2 million.
Doctor disrespects in the top 5.
Yeah.
So High Show Speed's only at 1 million?
Cringe, where am I at?
Thing is, High Show Speed has way more donos, but I guess they just donate small amounts because they're young people.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Good lord. 1.6 milli.
Okay, hold on. Watching some Twitch clips. What do we got here? Hold on.
Stop! My fucking controller unplugged!
Hostile UAV in the area.
Can you bring the new wire for me? My controller unplugged. Yeah, I can't play. My controller just unfucking unplugged.
Where? You get sniped?
On my body.
Places. Legendary.
Wait, this is fine, right, Jet?
Omega lol.
This is fine, right, Jet? Is this
Holy
fine?
fuck, Quinn, you are about to die of asphyxiation. Shut down the fucking
It's
PC
just
already.
the AI PC's fine, Jet. Look, it's going hard. The 49 is just warming up. Look at the images it's producing, mate. Look at the images, mate. It's just warming up, guys. It's